When COVID struck, demand for oil plummeted, so production slowed down worldwide. Because of the strength and the speed of our recovery, demand for oil shot back up much faster than the supply. That's why the cost of gas began to rise last year. The second root is Vladimir Putin. The start of this year, gas was about $3.30 a gallon. Today, it's about averaging $4.20, $4.22, and it's higher in many states. Nearly $1 more in less than 3 months. And the reason for that is because of Putin's war.
That was President Biden on Thursday this week, blaming COVID, blaming Vladimir Putin for 40-year highs in inflation. But he forgot his climate agenda. Let's take a look. The inflation timeline we have put together, we can clearly see inflation started spiking as soon as Joe Biden walked into office. And then it was at 1.4% in January 2021. By March of 2021, when Biden signed the $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill into law, inflation spiked to 2.6%. By July of 2021, when the Democrats were proposing a $5 trillion budget and spending plan, which they said was $3.9 trillion, inflation was at 5.4%. By November of last year, November 2021, Biden signed his $1 trillion infrastructure package, more spending, with no money for the border. Inflation was at 6.8%. And then, of course, take you to earlier this year in February and March when Putin invaded Ukraine and the inflation rate hits 7.9%. So it is clear where inflation started, how it moved higher under President Biden. The administration is now planning to release up to 180 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve in the next 6 months to push gasoline prices lower. But this is the third time he has tapped the reserve. And after the first 2 times, prices just shot back up after only a few weeks. Joining me right now is the Attorney General of West Virginia, Patrick Morrisey. West Virginia is the nation's 5th largest energy producer. AG, welcome. Your reaction to Biden's plan to release oil from the reserves?
Well, first of all, Maria, thank you very much for having me on. And I think that President Biden's entire administrative policy from day one has been to put American energy last. It's really been Russia first, America last strategy. You saw that with canceling of the Keystone Pipeline. You saw that with respect to the moratorium on oil and gas drilling and coal mining. You saw that with respect to his climate change policy that seems to put all our foreign competitors first. And now he wonders why inflation and gas prices have gone through the roof. This is a result of Biden-generated policy. And what's really important is that President Biden is actually making every decision that you absolutely should not make when you're in the middle of a conflict and you're watching what's going on. He needs to get American energy roaring back by making certain regulatory decisions. And obviously, his decision earlier that he made about the Nord pipeline was one of the items that triggered Putin, that empowered Putin to do some of the things that he's done. So,
AG, stay right there, because the president just came out with a $5.8 trillion budget proposal. It increases spending at the IRS almost 20%, and it increases spending on defense by 4%, which is a decline compared to inflation. We'll get into the budget and the new rules from the Securities and Exchange Commission when we come right back. I'm with AG Morrison. Stay with us.